It's the 21st day of April, the year 2021. The state of Ohio, well, Toledo, Northwest Ohio, receives snow. We have fall snow. We have snow. And who's upset? Not this old man. Because I just thank God I am alive to see this beautiful white, clean snow. All over cars, all over the ground, all over snow, all over trees, all over the fences. It was a saying that's supposed to be in the Bible. You would never know the season when the end of days come. By looking at the calendar and the time of year. This is April. We're playing baseball. Take me out to the ballpark. Buy me some peanut and popcorn and Cracker Jacks. But it's snowing. I think Toledo Mud Hen, if they had a game today, it'd be postponed because of snow. We never know what's going to happen. 5 minutes from now, or a day from now, or a traffic stop from now. We never know. But God had all this planned. God knew the 21st day of April, the year 2021, in the state of Ohio, Toledo, it was going to be snow. He knew that over 55 years ago. He knew that before I was born. Because he's God. And my God is God. He's brilliant. He is marvelous. He's God Almighty. It was breaking news also. One of the biggest police cases in recent times took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with the George Floyd and the Derek Chauvin case. This is from Fox 2 News in Detroit, Michigan. Derek Chauvin verdict: guilty on all counts in the death of George Floyd on the 20th day of 2021. That was yesterday. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Fox number 9. The jury found former Minneapolis police officer Derek Shelton guilty on all counts in the 25th day of May of 2020 death of George Floyd. The 12 juries deliberated for around 10 hours before deciding to convict Chauvin of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Live coverage on Fox Channel 9 and online at fox9.com/live. After the verdict was read, Chauvin was handcuffed and escorted out of the courtroom by a Hennepin County Sheriff deputy. Chauvin was booked into Minnesota Correctional Facility, Oak Park Heights, at 4:55 p.m. Tuesday. Hennepin County struck an agreement with the Department of Correction. He will likely remain there until his sentences, which is expected in about 2 months. There was no noticeable reactions from the jury as Judge Peter Cahill read the verdict. According to the Pool reporter, they all remained still and quiet until they was called upon by the judge. The prosecutor team hugged after the verdict came back guilty on all 3 counts. The trial began the 8th day of March of 2021 with jury selection. The state defense deliberated opening arguments on the 29th day of March of 2021, followed by 3 weeks of testimony. The jury began deliberation at 4 p.m. on Monday, following closing arguments. Who are the jurors? The 12-person jury consists of 5 men and 7 women. 6 of the jurors are white, 4 are black, and 2 identify as mixed or multiracial. 2 of the jurors are in their 20s, 3 are in their 30s, 3 are in their 40s, and 3 are in their 50s. and one of the jurors is also in their 60s. Closing arguments. The jury had a lot to consider in their deliberation after the 3 weeks of testimony and hearing from 45 witnesses. Prosecutors delivered the closing arguments for the state on Monday, making it clear the jurors, the case is not the state of Minnesota versus police. It is the state of Minnesota versus Derek Chauvin. The defendant is not on trial for being a police officer. It's not the state versus the police. He's on trial for who he was. He's on trial for what he did. His job. He's on trial for doing his job. He was called to a location because a man who was under the influence of substance used a counterfeit $20 bill. Counterfeit money is illegal. You go to jail for using counterfeit money. He left the convenience store. The clerk was smart enough not to accept the $20 bill. He didn't drive away. He's sitting in front of the convenience store in his vehicle with a lady who looked more like a transvestite than a lady. But I don't discriminate, believe it or not. The lady that was in the car with him said he left the store, got in the car, and fell asleep. That's just like me getting off work, get in my car, and fall asleep. I work 12-hour days. I never get in my car and fall asleep. I'm never that tired to fall asleep as soon as I get in my car. I had to leave the convenience store with a $20 bill of counterfeit money in my hand. But Mr. Floyd still had a white piece of rock in his mouth, trying to swallow the evidence. And the first thing Mr. Floyd said was this: "I'm scared. I want my mama." The officer just asked him to step out of the vehicle. But a very muscular, muscle man sit there and start crying. Why did he start crying when the officer asked him to step out of the vehicle if he didn't do nothing wrong? These laws right now in the United States of America is saying if you're a police officer and you stop someone, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. If you call backup, we'll charge them for something for coming. What do police supposed to do? Just let you break the law? These white police officers on these black citizens of the United States is not breaking these laws. Why is America so scared of a civil rights war breaking out? Blacks are not going to win. If whites and blacks walk the streets right now in the civil rights war like they did in the 60s, blacks would not win because there's too many other races that would go out there and assist the whites. Why is America messing lives up of people, paying all this money out to people? Because they don't want a civil war with blacks? Think about it. Think about it. Derek Chauvin's life is ruined. His life is over. He's a 40-something-year-old man. His life is over. It will be a retrial. He'll get a second chance. He'll still be sentenced to prison, not with as long as sentence as he have right now, but he's still going to prison. His life is over. Derek Chauvin's life is over. It will never be the same. And I know behind closed doors in his prison cell, he said, "Mama, what did I do? I did the job I was trained to do." He was fighting. He was putting up a struggle. And I hold him down. I didn't adjust my knee to hurt him. I adjusted my knee because I was in an uncomfortable position. Uncomfortable position. Black people are not innocent people. You have black neighbors. Like I have black neighbors. They speak to you. You speak to them. You don't go out your way to become their friends. because you know the type of people they are. And the blacks you work with, they love you. Why? Because you at work with them. And it was around their own people. I'll be dealing drugs, letting the street stuff sometimes I'm supposed to be doing, or trying to get easy money, collecting welfare or doing something else. Why is America ruining the lives of other people? America's a very sick country. Why is America's lying? They consider the United States of America being a racist nation. You had a black man for president for 8 years who used the word y'all and now. You never had a president like that before. So how can America be a racist country when you had a black president that no one never shot at? Not one time. This country hate black people. But no one never shot at that skinny black man. Not one time. And he was a very feminine black guy. Very feminine. So how can America be a racist country? What's going on behind closed doors? Why is this country bending over backwards for black people? Why is this country literally bending over backwards to make black people happy? Why is this country bending over backwards? Lying about black people. What's going on? What's really going on? You ever watch your evening world news? And these white ladies reporters or these white men's reporters are sitting there interviewing some civil rights person. And they sitting there with braids in their hair. How in the hell can you call these the children of God? And they sit on television with braids in their hair. Or with these real laid back, casual people that laugh and talk a lot, who never had a chance. They never had a chance. But more opportunities than anyone else. More opportunities than anyone else. More of a chance than anyone ever had. Back to the Derek Chauvin case. I'll read just a little bit more because this is awful. Life ruined, his family ruined. It'll never be the same. The charges for second-degree murder, unintentional, Minnesota statutes, maximum sentence is 40 years. He'll be in his 80s when he get out. Description: caused the death of George Floyd without intent to enforce the death of any person while committing or attempting to commit a felony offense, namely assault in the third degree. Third degree murder, displayed by Minnesota versus the statute 609.195. The maximum sentence for third degree murder in Minnesota is 25 years. Description: caused the death of George Floyd. Second degree manslaughter, negligent in the state of Minnesota. The maximum sentence is 10 years. Description: caused the death of George Floyd, negligent, creating an unreasonable risk, took the chance of causing death or great bodily harm. What sentence do David Chauvin face if convicted? Second degree murder, unintentional, 150 months or 12 and a half years. Third degree murder, depraved mind, 150 months or 12 and a half years. Second degree manslaughter, negligent, 48 months, or 4 years. George Floyd death. George Floyd was 46 years old. He died the 25th day of May of the year 2020 while being detained by the Minnesota police officer, Derek Chauvin. The intersection have remained closed to traffic since Floyd death and has been dubbed George Floyd Square. People, I told you a change is coming. A change is coming. What is going to be? Snow in April. I'm just glad God blessed me to be here. I'm just glad God blessed me to see this snow. But a change is coming.